25 reasons to contribute to your TSP, aka thrift savings plan. For you, future wealth building is important, so why not take advantage of the TSP, which is a retirement account available to federal workers, government contractors, and all of that. So let's send it. What is up, Money Tribe? Mike Damazo here to help you make sense of dollars. Our mission is to help you get out of debt and then build wealth. The Vanguard Center for Retirement Research says that individuals with a household income of between $50,000 and $100,000 should ideally be saving 12% to 15% of their salary. So the 25 reasons will count down starting from 25. Low expense ratio, meaning for you to contribute to the TSP, it doesn't cost that much. Right now, in 2019, well, right now it's 2020, but in 2019, the average expense ratio was 42 cents for every $1,000 invested into the TSP. Now, that eats away if you had an expense ratio of 1%. So take advantage of that low expense ratio. Simple investment options. They have the GFCSI fund, or you could do a target date fund. So it's super clear cut and simple for you to be able to invest in that specific funds that you want to do. And we'll keep going over this as we continue through the video. Same opportunity as a civilian 401k, matching 5% contribution for those in the military that's eligible to be into the BRS, which is the Blended Retirement System. Gently tapping that thumbs up to make sure the YouTube algorithm likes this video and pushes out to everyone else that's interested in the TSP. Now, there's also a 1% automatic contribution that's already included in that 5%. So that 1% is already included if you're signed up for the BRS. Total of 10% contribution. So the last thing with the BRS Blended Retirement System is that 5% is only going to be activated if you contribute 5%. Well, the 1% is already automatic, but to make it simple, basically set aside 5% and then an automatic 5%, that's 10% total that you're already contributing automatically into your TSP. It's an easy setup and management through your LES. Speaking of LES, definitely check out my LES video if you want to learn more about that. And you can also go into the tsp.gov website to check out the contributions that you're allocating with your retirement plan with the TSP. Set aside contribution when you're in combat zone. So I recently did a video with preparing for a deployment. Definitely check out that. But if you want to put in more money, you have that option with setting aside combat zone, like different pays that you do have into your TSP. It comes from pre-tax money. With the TSP, you want to use the magic of compound interest, which is the addition of interest to the principal sum, meaning it's interest on interest, aka racks on racks on racks. You could take a loan out on your TSP. Now, this is something I definitely don't suggest, but the option is there if you do want to use it for a residential reason or just a general purpose loan. Definitely check out the tsp.gov website to learn more. When it's tax time, it'll be easy to calculate how much you contributed just because everything will be right there on your LES, your leave and earnings statement. Sound off below what percentage you contribute to the TSP, and stick around at the end for me to share to you what I contribute right now to the TSP. So there are two types of TSP. There's the traditional thrift savings plan and the Roth traditional savings plan, which is a plus. It is the largest employer-sponsored plan. So it's not just Navy, Army, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. It's all federal workers that contribute to this plan if they do elect to put in money into their thrift savings plan. You pay fewer taxes. So going back to the combat zone, you do get the extra pay, which I'll go over in a future video for sure. But you're also able to allocate the extra pay you do get. So say you're stationed on a ship and you're deployed, you're getting C pay, or you're working on the flight deck, even though you're an AZ and you're always down in maintenance control, not really on the flight deck, but you do get that flight deck pay. You definitely have that option to be able to allocate part of or all of your flight deck pay into your TSP. Another supplemental item to have with your retirement account, not just a TSP, is you could add in an IRA, an individual retirement account. So you can set that up through Vanguard with the max contribution as of the time of this recording is $6,000. Speaking of max contributions, right now the TSP's max contribution is $19,500. So say you already have the IRA plus maxing out the TSP, that's a total of $24,500 per year that you're able to set aside. Now, say you only do 4 years and you max that out, that's a total of over $100,000 that you set aside in your retirement account for you to just let it sit and grow or transfer and roll over to a different retirement account. Time is on your side. So think about that quote with the shade in the tree, you know, like the best next time to plant a tree is now instead of like 20 years ago. Time is on your side. So just by meeting that 5%, you're contributing 10% automatically, and you want to maximize and go past that. If you're able to do 25%, why not? You know, save until it hurts. Subscribe and definitely share this video to others. That way they can find the value in maximizing their TSP contributions. Next up is more of an advice with the TSP is definitely move your allocation from the G fund. If you're automatically enrolled in it, it just goes to the G fund, which is the slowest, most boringest type. You can see that in a video I've talked about. So you move it out of the G and F fund just because that's slow growth and you want to maximize the growth that you do have with the TSP. Let's talk traditional and Roth TSP. Now, with traditional TSP, you're gonna pay the taxes later on when you do withdraw. Now, with the Roth TSP, you are paying taxes now. So if you expect yourself to be in a higher tax bracket, you wanna definitely pay the taxes now as opposed to later, and vice versa. If you're in a high tax bracket right now and expect yourself to be in one lower, definitely go with the traditional TSP. Now, definitely ask for professional tax advice on this. For me, I go with the Roth TSP just because I want to make sure that I'm paying taxes now and not later when I do withdraw from my TSP. Diversify, diversify, diversify with the exclamation on FI for financial independence. The reason you want to diversify is you don't want to just keep it on like the C fund and that's it. Now you do have like the target date fund if you want to do the approach of set and forget it. The target date funds is adjusted to your retirement age. So there's a L2050, L2055. So check that out in the tsp.gov website. Links will definitely be down in the descriptions below. Now, don't transfer out of the TSP. Once you do retire, I mean, you can, but pay attention to the fees that's associated with transferring your money from the TSP to a civilian 401k or your own IRA, whatever the case is. Pay attention to those fees because you've built up a lot of money in your TSP, and a lot of people will want to take advantage of that by saying they'll manage it for you, but then have a crazy amount of management fees. So pay attention. Once again, to reiterate, fees. Pay attention to that. Don't panic and stay the course. The reason being is I remember earlier this year in March, there was a bunch of people that was like, oh, I'm gonna move my money out of TSP, the market is down and everything. And what happened was they took their money out of there and then jumped back in. So they missed out on that low price when it was at the dip. And then if they do go back in, they're still not able to recover from those losses earlier when if they just stayed the course and just invested in the TSP, kind of set it and forget it, they would have more money in there now. When I first got in, my contribution was 10%. Now, I changed that up as I got into debt and wanted to get out of debt. So I changed it all the way to 1%. And then I'd increase it to another percent. So it'd be 2% after I paid off a credit card, and then I pay off personal loan. It was 3%. And I'd continually, gradually do that. And I even went up to 12%. Currently, right now, I am contributing 40% of my base pay to my TSP. Now, with that, it goes into something that Robert Farrington of The College Investor had mentioned to me: save until it hurts.
The best advice I ever received was save until it hurts. And what that really means is you can save more than you think you can save. And you can do that in a variety of ways. You can grow your income and then boost your savings rate.
Next week, we'll go over my 30-day challenge with going no coffees. I can't wait because by the time I record that and then publish it out, I'll already be having coffee. I cannot wait. I'm at day 26, so definitely check that out. I'll talk about like the whole latte factor and why people tend to say like, you know, cut your costs by not getting Starbucks and all that. So we'll go into that and just my experience with going 30 days with no coffee. Gently tap that thumbs up if this video provided value for you. Sound off below what you think of the TSP. Subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. Stay legendary, and I'll see you in the next video.